Hello everyone. El St. John along with me, my son Ben.
Hello there.
In a beautiful sunny day in California, but windy.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, okay, here we are. You know, it's been less than 24 hours since we received this letter from Jessica telling us and sharing with us her story. Beautiful love story.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Jessica, for sharing it with us.
Yes, thank you.
And most of all, allowing us to talk about it in this video. Okay, thank you so much. So we will begin. I will read a few paragraphs of this beautiful letter, and then for time purposes, I will go ahead and summarize it, okay? I've read it several times because it's really given my heart such joy, okay? Okay, here we go. It says, Dear El St. John and Ben, I wish to begin this letter by believing you and your son are doing well. Believing has become a very important part of my life ever since I began watching your videos 3 years ago. By chance, I must say, but it really was and has been a blessing to have come across your YouTube channel, Rose for a Soul. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you.
My soul and whole life needed a rose to soothe a deep hurt I had been carrying for 30 years. My deep hurt and endless cry had been disguised and covered by the pass of time, but in every birthday of my husband's, the open wound would bleed and tears from my crying heart would roll down my face, with no hope to ever see him again. The two of you asked just a few days ago to all of us, the viewers, to share a love story. This is mine. About 33 years ago, I lost my husband. I was 19 years old when I married him, and he was 21. Both of us, we experienced our first in everything. First love, first friendship, true friendship, first passion, first happiness was always with us. We were in love and we were young and full of dreams. We were young and yes, we discovered beautiful things from one another. All perfect, I must add. One day, Ricardo, my husband, got a letter saying he had been accepted to his application, or better yet, his application had gone through to join the Army. He was very happy since he had always wanted to join the American Armed Forces. Okay, this is all I'm going to read, and I'm just going to go ahead and summarize it for time purposes, okay? The story, Jessica's story goes that they were living at, renting a room off of their cousin's house, who happened to be a really good friend of Ricardo's ex-girlfriend. Okay, all was going well. Remember, they got married. They were both very young. She was 19, he was 21. Okay, and they were practically very close to teenage sweethearts. Okay, Jessica later on tells us that she didn't speak a lot of English. Her first language is Spanish. Now, of course, her English has improved after 30 plus years. Okay, I was able to read a very comfortable letter. So, congratulations for that,
yes.
Jessica. But back in those days, her English wasn't all that well, okay? But she was on her way. Anyways, they were living at the cousin's house who was renting a room for them, okay? I'm thinking this was all they could afford at the time, so they took advantage of that, that room that the cousin was, Ricardo's cousin was renting to them. She was also a friend of Ricardo's ex-girlfriend. So, maybe that was the connection that still was, pretty strong between Ricardo's cousin and Ricardo's ex-girlfriend. Ricardo leaves to the armed forces, okay? I guess training camp, whatever the steps are, but he leaves. He writes to Jessica back and forth. She doesn't go along with him. She stays back in Southern California. And Ricardo leaves out of state, and they're sending letters back and forth. This was before the time of internet and emails. Back in those days, we were still trying to learn how to send a fax. I do recall that. Anyways, that is the case with them. They did not have a fax machine, but they were sending letters via the regular mail, okay? He would call once in a while, according to her letter, and he would call his mom. They would talk, or sometimes, if the mom wasn't home, he would just leave a message in the answering machine, and they both knew, okay, Ricardo's well. He called us collect, and he's okay. Everything's fine. Says hi to Jessica, but Jessica will be receiving her letter. One day, Jessica stops receiving letters, okay, after several months have gone by.
Right.
And by then, Ricardo was already stationed in whatever part of the world, So they Jessica starts to wonder, well, what's going on with my husband? How come he's not writing me as frequent or any letters anymore? What's going on? She would write him and would get no response. Okay, it turns out that Ricardo's letters were being intercepted by his very own cousin to Jessica. So, time goes by, there's no letters coming, so there's no letters going. And we don't hear from someone. We start to get resentful. We start to get mad. We start to take it the wrong way.
Right. And
It's normal.
Yeah, and then we lose hope as well.
And then we start losing hope. Okay, well, he's starting to forget about me, his wife. And when we get resentful, most of the times, our first reaction is, well, if he hasn't communicated with me, I'm not going to do it either.
Right.
Remember, they're very young, okay? They're very young. And it's so unfortunate that this communication between them started to go downfall. So time goes by. She asks around, where is Ricardo? How is he doing? Ricardo's mom leaves the country. She goes and spends a long period of time in Mexico. And so then Ricardo's phone calls are to Mexico to say hello to his mom. Okay, by then, other phone numbers have been changed. Jessica no longer wants to live where Ricardo left her, so she goes and she lives with her parents. She returns to her parents' home in Whittier, California. Okay. Ricardo is over there. He's also, I'm sure that through his mind, his share of madness is going through. Well, she's not responding to my letters. Okay, communication is totally broken. Both families move, okay? Jessica's family had to leave Southern California and move to Las Vegas, Nevada, okay, which is just the state next door. Ricardo's family stays around the Southern California area in different addresses, different homes, okay? Same area, just, No longer at So-So Street, no longer at So-So Home. Okay. Months go by, and before anyone knows it, years have gone by. Years have gone by. Jessica meets this wonderful man, and she doesn't marry him because she still legally is married to Ricardo. It's crossed her mind to put in paperwork to start a divorce case, but she doesn't do it. She just, starts living with this other man that, according to Jessica, he's a wonderful person. Okay? Before she knows it, she's pregnant, expecting her little girl. In the meantime, she still doesn't know anything about Ricardo. And one day, it's a holiday, they come on vacation to Southern California. Jessica decides to go to the mall and buy some clothes for her little girl because needed to buy some clothes for her. And she comes across one of Ricardo's aunts. They hug. They're both really happy. They're both just happy, okay, to see each other. Oh, how are you? How are you doing? This greetings and hugs and kisses. And here comes the $1 million question from Jessica to Ricardo's aunt. How is Ricardo doing? By now, 30 years have gone by, okay? So, a lot has gone by, okay, before she met this guy, before she got pregnant, and all of this. Okay, the equivalent to 30 years have gone by without Jessica knowing from Ricardo, and vice versa, and Ricardo not knowing about Jessica. Other than that, Jessica meets the aunt, by chance at the mall, at the local shopping center. Okay, here's the $1 million question. Ricardo is doing good. He's got 3 kids, which, immediately it told Jessica that Ricardo was with someone else. It turns out he was not with the friend of the cousin, okay? But we're all assuming, right, as I was reading the letter, and I'm sure that you guys right now, as we're telling the story, we're assuming, well, he stayed with the cousin's friend. No. He did not end up with her. He ended up with another wonderful woman, as she's been described. He's got 3 kids. Remember, 30 years have gone by. Okay, they're still legally married, but not living together. They're both living their own lives with other people. Okay, so finally, thanks to this auntie, Ricardo's aunt, they are able to get back together in communication. Okay? She lives in Las Vegas with her new partner. He still lives in the Southern California area with his new partner, wonderful woman, and they get together. Their question as we speak and as we're recording this video is, what can we do if we still love each other, but we can't be together because there's other people involved now that we don't want to hurt? So, Jessica started watching our videos 3 years ago, and it took her 3 years to manifest him back. When she says in her letter, that she started doing, she heard about the all is possible belief that we talk about here in Rose for a Soul. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you.
And good for you for giving yourself the chance of doing that, of of believing.
Exactly.
Believing. Sometimes that's really hard to believe. Okay, she believed, and she says she went ahead and has seen most of our videos, and every time she would see them, she was happy. Thank you. We do it with that purpose, to help as much as we possibly can.
Yes.
And we're happy for you that you got to see the love of your life again after 30 years.
Yes.
That due to a communication problem, you guys just went your own ways. But it's good that you guys are back in communication. There's other people now that are part of your lives. At this point in time, believe, really step back from everything that's going on. Do the step back method. Go back to that method, to step number 1. Go back, the two of you. And I got a chance to talk to Ricardo a few hours ago, because they both, she left me her phone number, and then we were on a 3-way call with Ricardo. Ricardo is a great man. He is now a chef who, by the way, gave me some cooking tips. Ben and I also love to cook.
Yes.
We have a cooking channel that, we share some of our cooking experiences.
Yes.
But anyways, that's aside from what we're talking about here. I had a chance to talk to the two of them earlier, and their voices, every time they would speak of each other in that conversation, and I told this to Ben, my goodness, they sounded like little kids. Little kids in love. And as if it was 30 years ago in their life. They feel great for one another, but they do know that most of their life has spent with other people. Ricardo with his new partner, his wife, partner, mother of 3 of his kids, and Jessica with her husband, partner. They're not married, but they've been living together all these years. They've been awesomely great people to them.
Yes.
So, way deep inside, they both want to be together, but they don't want to hurt others. Okay? So again, I tell you guys, go to step number 1. Step back.
Exactly.
And really leave behind the struggle, the frustration that whatever the situation, the current situation brings to you guys. In stepping back, you're analyzing yourself.
Exactly.
And you're really, really digging into your feeling of what it really is that you want to do for the future, the near future.
Exactly.
Okay? And from that place of strength and peace, you decide what you want, you visualize, and you prepare to manifest.
Exactly.
Okay? So, those are my words for Ricardo and for Jessica. And for a lot of you, okay, it is possible that after so many years, when you start to know how to do it, to visualize yourself seeing that person that you haven't seen in a very long time, it is possible for him or her to step back into your life.
Exactly.
Okay? For Jessica, she is living in Las Vegas, had to come on a holiday to Southern California again, and she sees a relative of Ricardo, and from there, series of events line up.
Alignment.
Exactly. For excuse me, for this to happen.
Right.
It is possible.
It is possible.
Okay, there's a lot of you out there that haven't seen your special loved one in months, in years, and want to go back. It is possible.
Mm-hmm.
There's steps to take,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And there's a little effort to take on your part.
Right.
That little effort is known as belief.
Mm-hmm.
It can be very little, but it can also be very big.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends on you. How do you make it? How do you see it?
Right.
Do you see it difficult? If you see it difficult, then it's a big one. It's pretty heavy.
Right.
You see it not as difficult, then you can jump in
Exactly.
and you can conquer it.
Exactly.
Okay? So, it's a beautiful story, but there's still work to be done. And that's something that Ricardo and Jessica are very well aware of.
Yes.
Like I said, I'm just very happy that I was able to talk to them personally just a few hours ago. And I couldn't wait to come and record this video. I told Ben, do everything that you can so that we can go record it today. Ben here is the director and producer of this channel.
Yes.
Has been for the last 3-4 years that we've been recording. And I also made him promise me that he would upload it today. Okay, so
Yes.
I need for you to upload this video today.
Yes.
It's a beautiful,
definitely.
beautiful, inspirational story.
It is. It is.
One that it seems like it was a movie. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of movies are inspired by stories like this one.
Exactly.
So, Ricardo and Jessica, we wish you the best, and we know that
Yes.
all the people that watch and have subscribed to this video are wishing the best to you.
Yes.
And we tell all of you that everything is possible.
Yes.
All is possible. While we're alive, all is truly possible. Hard feelings, negative thoughts can be washed away when you truly, truly look for that solution in your heart and you give it force with your heart.
Exactly.
So from a sweet spot here in sunny Southern California, we will keep you updated because I also made Ricardo and Jessica promise me that they would keep us posted. And so we will keep you guys posted and updated on what's the next step for Jessica and Ricardo. But for you, your next step, believe. Believe, my friends.
Yes.
And we know that you can do it.
Yes.
We stand with you. You're not alone, as we told you a few days ago. You're not alone. We're here for you guys, and also all those wonderful people that comment that reply under your comments. Okay, so we ask you to keep those comments coming. We want to
Yes.
hear from you
Yes,
guys.
we do.
Subscribe to our channel.
Like us as well. And
Exactly.
also subscribe to this channel.
Awesome. So, see you next time. Namaste.
Namaste.